my God.
Have you ever watched the Western movies with its mountains and surroundings and imagine being there? Join us on our journey as we explore the USA. We'll travel through the Nevada desert before arriving at one of our destinations in the Valley of Fire, which is the most reddest location I've ever seen. I think I'm on Mars. The same colors, the scenery, it's spectacular. During our tour, we will visit the iconic Horseshoe Bend, the most photographed spot in Arizona. Antelope Canyon, where Native Americans lived in exile, and visit plenty of canyons. We will also visit Bryce Canyon. And of course, the Grand Canyon, one of the natural 7 wonders of the world. Continuing with our trip, we will see the mountains of Sedona, where legendary Western movies were filmed. Most people are unaware that these mountains are energetic vortexes, and there's even a churn between mountains. We will also cross Devil's Bridge. I dared to cross this dangerous bridge using only my hands.
Oh my God.
For one, you got wind, you got uneven surface.
This guy.
And of course, we will see animals, my stunts, and all kinds of nonsense during the video. The aim of this video is to travel all over the West in the US, starting and ending in the city of Las Vegas. As always, we will provide you with a map showing all our journeys so you can plan your own route and exploration. I just arrived in Las Vegas. Look what I found in the arrival gate. I wonder how many people arrive in Vegas and become millionaires right in the airport. Unfortunately, we don't have the time to stop and play on this occasion since we're heading straight to our first destination, the Valley of Fire. And we will save our stay in Las Vegas for the end of the trip. While leaving the airport, we can see how the landscape changes. To get to the Valley of Fire, we first need to cross the desert of Nevada. Here, we find our first surprise. A goat in the middle of the road, which forced us to stop our vehicle. I have never been so close to a wild animal. I didn't know if this animal was dangerous or not, so I decided to take a risk and get close to him. Such a beautiful animal. As you can see, I'm in the middle of the desert and no one is around. In the movies, many people are killed and buried in the desert, and nobody ever finds out. We continue the trip going through many different mountains. First green, then red, until we arrive at the Valley of Fire. Here the sights are unbelievable. Being Nevada's first state park, the Valley of Fire is located 80 kilometers from Las Vegas. The name was given after the colors of the rocks. These rocks over millions of years have shaped into inconceivable forms. This whole area was under the sea thousands of years ago, and over the years, the mountains rose and created this landscape that we now see. The characteristic red color is due to iron oxide, among other things. The reflection of the sun in the rocks gives the impression that the valley is on fire. Interestingly, the red color in contrast with the blue sky creates an amazing view. Many movies have been filmed in this amazing place, such as Transformers and Total Recall. If you watched the series Star Trek, this landscape will look familiar. It's the place where Captain Kirk dies. If you decide to visit the place, remember to bring water because in the summer, temperatures can reach 120 degrees Fahrenheit. This area only gets 4 inches of rain every year from a single thunderstorm that happens in July and August. Following our road trip, our next stop is Zion, which in ancient Hebrew means sanctuary or shelter. Along the way, we found a tunnel that crossed through a mountain. And after that, we decided to make some extra stops to enjoy the spectacular view. What I like about this place is that you can stop anywhere and use the side of the road as a viewpoint. Check out these mountains. You can also get out of the car and explore the area. There must have been a river here millions of years ago. Tribes used to inhabit this area 12,000 years ago, and they used to hunt camels and mammoths. This area is full of different routes. For instance, one that is 17 kilometers long may have lions, as stated here. What would you do if during your hike, a lion appeared right in front of you? Once in Zion, visitors can hike through several mountains. The scenic drive can only be reached by shuttle bus for the majority of the year. Common vehicles are not permitted on the Zion Canyon Scenic Drive. For those who don't want to take a bus, rental electric bikes are available. Let's go to Riverside Walk. At some point during the hike, you will have to wet your feet if you want to cross to the other side. Enjoy the video. I will do it for you. During the hike, I met an interesting man that had traveled all over the world as a National Geographic photographer.
If you have to choose one place that you like the most of all your trips, which would you choose?
I'd say Easter Island. And then second would be Machu Picchu. Then third, Angkor Wat.
And why Easter Island?
It's just so different. It's just very remote and it's very unusual, fabulous place.
Thank you. We will do our next trip there.
Well, we are done in Riverside. Let's take the bus to our next stop, Grotto. Now we begin our route for Angel's Landing. It looks like a dangerous route. Seems like he's having a hard time. Let's check it out. Here we can see Angel's Landing. All those small dots are people that have reached the top. Angel's Landing is one of the hardest mountains to climb here. As you can see, the only thing that helps climbers is a chain that they can grab onto for safety. The peak received the name Angel's Landing because Europeans believed that for such a big rock, only an angel could land on its tiny peak. Purchase your tickets many weeks in advance before visiting the park because the waiting list is long. Keep that in mind if you ever decide to visit Angel's Landing. Let's head to Bryce Canyon. Bryce Canyon. This canyon is famous for its pointy and sharp structures called hoodoos. These pointy peaks are caused from many years of erosion due to the fact that this land was underwater. Before entering the canyon, we can visit the museum where we can get a map and find the best routes. Pretty interesting. The entrance to the museum is free thanks to donations. There is even a competition to see which state is the biggest donor. The name of the canyon is named after Ebenezer Bryce. a Mormon who moved with his family in 1875 and paved the road, making it accessible to locals. The name has survived to this day. Moreover, the canyon has 5 viewpoints from where it is possible to see the canyon from 5 different corners. One of the things that surprised me is that there is no fence or guardrail to prevent visitors from falling off the canyon. The canyon is also easily accessible. I feel like I'm on Mars. I recently watched a documentary about this planet, and I swear the landscape and the colors are the same. Alright, let's have a look at Antelope Canyon. We can see one of the nicest views in the United States right here. Antelope Canyon. Due to the large number of antelopes that lived in the area, the canyon was given its name. This territory belonged to the Navajo tribe, and it was not possible to visit until 1997. A visit is only possible with a native guide who will provide a tour and explain the history of the area. The Navajo tribe considers this place sacred. It is important to understand that Americans made the Navajos live in this land for years. The guide told us about the difficulties they encountered in those times, as it was difficult to get water and the land was inhospitable.
What can you tell us about this park? Because it looks so interesting in pictures.
This place is so beautiful, but there's so much history here from our tribe. Our tribe actually used these canyons as shelter from the US government. So back when genocide was happening back in the 1860s, our tribe hid in these canyons for 4 years. Because our tribe hid in these canyons, we're alive. We're the largest tribe in North America.
Wow, that's very interesting.
Afterwards, one of the elders of the tribe showed us how their native language sounds.
Yate, the Navajo Nation, and then our capital of the Navajo Nation is supposed to be Navajo, and Navajo.
As a fun fact, Britney Spears recorded her video clip called "I'm Not a Girl, Yet Not a Woman" here. Thanks to its 147 million views on YouTube, the number of visitors to the park has increased.
I used to think.
Our next stop is the viewpoint of Horseshoe Bend. It is considered one of the most famous viewpoints in the United States. This is the ideal spot to take a picture. It is the most photographed place in Arizona. Of course, we can all understand the reason for its name. It is amazing to see how the Colorado River has sculpted the rocks to create this beautiful landscape. Maybe it is better not to think about the reasons and just enjoy and contemplate this view. It is one of the most beautiful views I have ever seen. Not suitable for those with vertigo. How many people have fallen here? There is no sense of security. If you fall, that's it. I wonder what's behind these rocks. Let's see. Wow! Look at the view. Amazing! And finally, we reached the destination I was waiting for. The reason why I started this trip. The Grand Canyon. the king of canyons. This is the biggest canyon in the world, almost 500 kilometers in length, and according to scientists, it's the second biggest canyon in our solar system, the first being on Mars. The most interesting thing about the Grand Canyon is that it has more than 1,000 caves and only 30% of them have been explored. Who knows how many secrets the rest of the caves hide? This place is magical. I don't know how, but the colors change every hour. If you know the answer, please comment below. There is also a glass platform to view the canyon. I don't recommend it for people with vertigo. Here we have a scene locator. With this tool, we can view the names of the mountains. All around the park, water fountains are available that provide water straight from the canyon. There are different bus routes that you can take to reach every corner of the canyon. This is one of the most dangerous places I have ever visited. As you know, I used to be an acrobat, and if you wish, I could do a backflip. 1, 2. Now we are traveling on the South Rim route. It is divided into sections, and the rocks show the passage of time. The rocks in the first section are 500 million years old, the second section is 100 million years old, and the third section is 2 million years old. It's such an incredible experience. Check this out. This rock is 755 million years old. As the sign says here, the age of the rock is calculated by looking at the number of radioactive atoms that it produces as years go by. Let's touch it and feel the energy of these ancient stones. Gaze at the immensity of the canyon. The mountain that we see back there, which is 100 kilometers away, is called Mount Trumbull. We are very lucky, because it usually can't be seen on foggy days. Hey look, somebody lost a hat. Would you go there and pick it up? We are now in the red line, and this side of the river is the most interesting part. We have just finished the red route, and it's very nice. I enjoyed it. Honestly, it's very similar to the blue one. However, the canyon view from the blue route is nicer, but the view of the river is nicer on the red route. The park has various types of wild animals, and it's a bit dangerous to get close to one. According to cave paintings, Native Americans used to live here around 3,000 years ago. The Grand Canyon was discovered by Garcia Lopez de Cardenas in 1540, who was looking for gold, and as luck would have it, he found his treasure. Later, that area was forgotten for 2 centuries. Many years ago, airplanes could fly across the canyon, but after some air catastrophes, flying has been forbidden. Right in this place, in the 1950s, an air tragedy took place that claimed the lives of 128 people. In 2013, Nick Wallenda entered the Guinness Book of World Records for crossing the canyon on a tightrope with no safety net. And oh yeah, the Grand Canyon is also the home of a unique species of squirrel. To wrap up a long day, we plan to stay at the Tovar Hotel. This is not a regular room, but a presidential room. Here you can see the number of presidents that have stayed in this room, such as George Bush, Bill Clinton, and Theodore Roosevelt. The best part of this room is the view. The balcony directly overlooks the Grand Canyon. To tell you the truth, what really surprised me the most about the Grand Canyon was not the mountains, but the stars in the sky. I have never seen such a beautiful sky with so many stars. If you ever visit the canyon, stay the night because the view will be an everlasting memory. Hello, Sedona. Sedona is a picturesque place considered by many people as a spiritual and sacred spot. The mountains in the background might look familiar because they were in many American cowboy movies. We are going to the mountain now. We reached the top, and as you can see, the view is fantastic. Every year, spiritual healers come here to recharge spiritually. This occurs because Sedona is located in one of the centers of energetic vortexes and has a connection to mysticism. This is an excellent place to meditate. And now to Airport Loop. Let's go!
Whoa.
If a rock falls on me, I will die. Finally, we climbed to the top. As we continue walking around the mountain, we come upon some cactuses. What strange shapes. We are now on our way to see a special building, Santa Cruz Chapel. This is a unique structure built in the rocks. It took many years to find the perfect location for this church. This small chapel is considered to be one of the most emblematic buildings in Sedona. It is known for its almost 98-foot tall cross and huge glass windows. It's a place of serenity and meditation for a lot of people that come from the city. That mountain over there rings a bell. I think I've seen it in a lot of Western movies. This is our hotel. The structures remind me of those little ones that were in Dragon Ball. Now we are headed to Devil's Bridge. Here we can find a great variety of flora. This road never ends. At least we can see this huge rock. A girl just passed by and told me that this area is magnetic and full of energy. I don't know what kind of energy it is, but I will check the internet to find out and will tell you all about it later. This mountain also appears in Western movies. Finally, we arrive at Devil's Bridge. I guess they call it that because many people died here.
You can all go away all the way across if you want, not to that ledge.
Oh, no, God.
Oh my god.
At least, oh my god. Oh my Lanta. Well, that's the one.
That mountain back there is called Bell Rock, and it's also been the scenery for many movies. These incredible views alone make it worth coming. After a long day, we arrive at the last mountain called Cathedral Rock. This park is called Slide Rocks. Observe the beautiful landscape. The most interesting thing about this park is that you can take a bath in the river. It's very funny because people use this small waterfall as a sled. If you don't fancy a bath, you can go for a walk along this small route. Next is Laughlin, the small version of Las Vegas. Unlike Vegas, the Colorado River crosses the city. It divides Arizona and Nevada. The good thing about this river is that you can swim here. It creates an oasis in the middle of the desert, which adds a special touch to the city. The water is cold. I'm the only one taking a bath. I have never seen a safe on the beach. Even though it's traverse water, it's possible to swim, fish, and navigate your way through the river. Laughlin was founded by Mr. Laughlin in 1964 and built the city with his own two hands. It's the typical story of an American entrepreneur. He started empty-handed, with a clear vision and the dream of creating a city full of casinos similar to Las Vegas. He started with a small hotel, some slot machines, and eventually expanded his business. Laughlin is now the third most popular gambling city after Las Vegas and Reno. While we were there, it was full of retired people with very few young people. But the interesting thing is that after you present your passport, you receive $10 to gamble.
You're all set.
Thank you very much.
Good luck, guys. Have fun.
Сейчас. В казино. Madre mía. Dioso, ya no es mucho.
Primera vez.
Oh, these are not dollars, but pennies. I just won $10. No wonder that casinos and hotels provide Laughlin the luxury and gambling of Vegas. But the location is what gives the city its charm. Up next, Hoover Dam. One of the 7 wonders of the industrial world, as it's a huge achievement for man in nature. Second only to the Great Pyramids of Egypt. Here, in the dam, you can see a small mark that indicates the usual level of water. The aim of this construction was to control the flow of the Colorado River in order to control the farm industry and generate electricity for the region. This dam was built in 1930, and thanks to its existence, Los Angeles was built. It took 17 years to build, and after its completion, the dam was named after President Herbert Hoover. One of the most popular myths involving the dam is the vast number of people that died during its construction and how they were buried in the area. Fortunately, this rumor has been debunked several times. Here we can find the names of all the people that helped in the construction. Welcome to Las Vegas. Las Vegas is located on the west side of the United States in the state of Nevada. It was founded in 1829 when a caravan of people on their way to Los Angeles created a small settlement in the middle of an oasis. As you all know, Las Vegas is known worldwide as the capital of entertainment because the state legalized gambling in 1931. This was made in order to gather more money for the state and attract visitors. Time has showed that it was the right decision. After World War II, the city started attracting tourists with an unusual show called the Mushroom Clouds. Not only that, but 100 kilometers away from the city, the military tested nuclear weapons. Explosions were visible from hotel windows and that of houses. Although the test stopped a long time ago, the area is a very popular destination for tourists. Also, Las Vegas is called Sin City because what's illegal in other parts of the country is totally legal in Las Vegas. Here, it's possible to play Russian roulette, gamble, or attend spectacular and unique shows. Let's see a show of fire. It is performed next to a fountain. Awesome! Getting married in a couple of hours and seeing the world's wonders like the Eiffel Tower or the Egyptian pyramids is impressive, even though they are copies of the actual structures. Strip Street holds big entertainment venues like casinos, exciting shows, and hotels like the Venetian Hotel with water canals and gondoliers. Wow! Look at the sky! You can't tell whether it is day or night while in here. We are in America's Got Talent. Look how close we are. More than 40 million tourists come to Las Vegas every year to spend their money and have fun. Some of them lose it all, and only a few regret it. There's even a famous saying, what happens in Las Vegas stays in Las Vegas. Thank you for watching the video. If you liked what you saw, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Most importantly, click on the bell icons to be notified when a new video is uploaded. I would like to thank Delphi Sanchez for her collaboration and useful webpage, which helped us create our route. In the description, I will leave the link for her webpage. See you next time, travelers of the world!